this book by Nathaniel Branden, and it's The Psychology of Romantic Love. I've been getting into Nathaniel's work, and he talks about interacting with his pet dog. He was play fighting with his pet dog, play boxing, and the dog knew that he was playing with it and was kind of biting him, but not like aggressively. Was kind of like play fighting. The dog understood him, that he was just messing around, he wasn't being serious. So, and he took a delight in this, and he was wondering to himself, why is this enjoyable to me? And he pondered this, and he began to realize that we as conscious beings, we value being seen and being understood by other conscious entities. So I'm just going to read a few paragraphs from the book. So he's talking about what he discovered after playing with his dog. His dog's called Mutnik. So anyway, here it goes. The key to understanding my pleasurable reaction to playing with Mutnik was in the self-awareness that came from the nature of the feedback she was providing. From the moment that I began to box, she responded in a playful manner. She conveyed no sign of feeling threatened. She projected an attitude of trust and pleasure and pleasurable excitement. Were I to push or jab at an inanimate object, it would react in a purely mechanical way. It would not be responding to me. There will be no possibility of it grasping the meaning of my actions, of apprehending my intentions, and of guiding its behaviour accordingly. Such communication and response are possible only among conscious entities. The effect of Mutnik's behaviour was to make me feel seen, to make me feel psychologically visible, to a modest extent. Mutnik was responding to me not as a mechanical object, but as a person. And as part of the same process, I was experiencing a greater degree of visibility to myself. I was making contact with a playfulness in my personality, which during those years I generally kept severely contained. So the interaction also contained elements of self-discovery, a theme to which I shall return shortly. So he touches on there that through interacting with others, we can attain self-discovery. So we can discover things about ourselves that we either had forgotten about ourselves or hadn't appreciated fully. And we can attain this self-discovery very profoundly in our romantic relationships with people. And romantic relationships offer us opportunities to know ourselves at a deeper level, and we have to be brave and courageous to put ourselves out there. When you're in a place where the person that you have those feelings about, there can be a tendency to think, oh, I don't want to bother them. I'll leave them alone. Maybe they don't want to be disturbed. So you're not providing them with the opportunity to discover things about themselves and to know themselves on a deeper level. So rather than approaching them from a place of, oh, they don't want to be disturbed, think in terms of what you have to offer. And maybe you haven't really taken it on board that you have a lot to offer somebody. when you're taking the steps to take control of your life, you're taking the actions that you need to take to honor yourself and honor your own values, then you have a lot to offer another. This topic is something that I hear a lot of people talking about. Only a few weeks ago, someone was talking to me about this, and they're currently not happy with their weight. You know, they're at the moment overweight, and they're taking the steps to lose weight. And they were telling me that a lot of the times they feel like they're not noticed, like they're invisible somehow. And I was thinking about this, and when you can be in the presence of someone and be willing to see that person, not see the judgments you have about them, but to really approach them from a place of non-judgment, you know, being non-judgmental. Because we may think that we know somebody, and when we're spending time with that person, we're not really there with them, because we're only seeing what we think we know about them, and then we have this internal dialogue in our heads of what we think that person is. When you can be with someone and not judge them and really be willing to see them, you know, you offer somebody a beautiful gift. And there are opportunities to do that all the time. You know, you could be going to a party somewhere and be thinking, you know, am I going to be liked? Am I going to connect with anyone? You know, rather than going to the party from that frame of mind, go there thinking, you know, who can I help feel more comfortable at this party? You may see somebody there stood by themselves. If you go over and instigate, you know, if you go over and open a dialogue with them, they may be so relieved that someone has come up to them and is interacting with them. You know, so many times we think, oh, you know, I won't bother them. So you can take a lot of the, you know, you can take a lot of pressure off yourself by just remembering that it's not all about you, and we are all connected. You know, there is a beating heart in the other person, and you have no idea what they may be going through. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you found that interesting. I'll catch us on the next video.